EuRA would like to thank our conference sponsor, Court Global Network, our gala dinner sponsor, Dwellworks, our Banging Banji Beach Bash sponsors, Nordic Relocation Group and Wycott Workforce Mobility, our gold sponsors, Airs, Aurus Relocation, BGRS, In Touch Relocations, the MI Group, Cartus, Japan Mobility, Grable Relocation, Palladium Mobility Group, Server Worldwide Relocation and Moving. We'd also like to thank our silver sponsors, our bronze sponsors, our event sponsors, and our gift sponsors. Finally, we'd like to thank all those of you who are in the exhibitors hall outside this room. Thank you. Well, obviously the exhibitors are no longer outside this hall, but there we go. We have quite a lot of thank yous here, and I would actually like to start with a hotel. Is there anybody from the hotel here? Okay, they're coming? Right, we'll rewind to that one. Andrew, there's some guys over here I think you'd like to thank.
We'd never be able to put on anything, and the amount of work that goes on behind the scenes with Minnie, Nathan, and the folks from the FIFI team. So thank you so much for all your work. No, I am going to speak again, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saving for the moment. They say pause sometimes, don't they? And I think the other very important people to thank are the speakers, and not just Spider, but all the people that were involved in the Ignite, Michelle. But I mean, there's been numerous people that have kind of volunteered, spent an awful lot of time putting things together, and I'd personally like to thank them along with the rest of the EuRA team. So can we have a round of applause for them as well? Thank you.
Yes. So we'll rewind to the hotel. I really can't say how grateful I am, Dominic is, and we all are, and I think you've all had a wonderful experience in this hotel. It's been absolutely fantastic. So, I can't quite see. I don't think that Christian, the GM, is here, but he leads an amazing team, including Antonio and Nicolina from events, who have coordinated everything, worked with the food and beverage teams, worked with the conferencing teams. They have been fantastic, and they have been there when we needed them, sorted out the odd problem, and Nicolina spent hours talking to customs in Zagreb, getting people's parcels here. Thank you so much for that. I'd also like to extend my thanks to Mia from the front desk, who's worked so hard to accommodate everyone's somewhat complicated needs. People arriving in the hotel saying, no, I don't want to be in a hotel, I want to be in a residence. And people arriving going, no, I don't want to be in a residence, I want to be in the hotel. So there's been a few changes and moves, and she has dealt with that extremely well. You've all been amazing. Dominic and I have been here for, well, it seems like a month. But it's been a very pleasant month. And we've got to know so many of you, and thank you very, very, very much. I should also like to thank the EuRA team, the office, the girls, Bryony, Marie and Maria, and our helpers who come and join us every year, Christian, Laura and Lisa, and also Lee, our photographer, who's been around taking pictures and has actually done himself an injury carrying so many cameras. So thank you very much indeed. Now moving on, submissions for next year's conference will be open from September. Is that correct? Oh, yeah, Peggy, you know, start again in September. You have the next couple of months off, yeah.
And of course, we have got the bookings are open for Goa in the middle of November. So we'd like to see as many of you there as can make it. It'll be a great conference.
They will be open next week. Yes. Oh, yes, and if you pick up a booking form out here, you'll get a 10% discount coming to Goa. So go out there and collect one if there's still any to be collected. Oh, there are some. We know who came to this conference. We now have to move on to...
Yeah, how much have we raised? I know we've talked a lot over the last few days about the wonderful charity, local charity, and I've seen people kind of busy putting money in the little charity box out the back, and we've sold various numbers of T-shirts, hats, etc., etc. But Tad, do you want to share a bit more detail on where we are?
Yes, the live auction yesterday raised 7,400, and thank you to anybody who bid. I'd also like to add that Stuart McAllister, on hearing that there was the possibility of buying a signed Liverpool shirt, rushed off and acquired it for €800. So that brings that total to 8,200. The silent auction, I think this year's a record. It raised 7,210. The galleon this evening, 3,750. There were 62 people listed for the fun run, so that's 1,550, plus roughly 1,250 in other items, coming to a total of around 22,000. We will, of course, publish the exact figure when we know what it is.
So come on.
So, silent auction, quickly. 1 week stay in a rustic garden house for 4 people near Lake Como in Italy was won by Wouter from MAP for €1,100. The apartment service 2-night stay was purchased by Dwayne Walthrop from the MI Group. The Intrepid Relocations Forest Leaf Frame was purchased by Charlie McRow. The Moving On stay in Porto was purchased by Fiona Klump. The Dwell Work stay in Mexico was purchased by Kim Ongok. The Curzon signed baseballs were purchased by Paul Coleman. The European Relocation Service Mercure Hotel voucher was purchased by Celine Carey of City Smooth. The pass to the CERC in a conference in Montreal was purchased by Maura Carey from Dwellworks. The place at the EuRA Conference in Goa was purchased for almost double its value by Orsa from Nordic. The pass for WRC Seattle was, strangely, also purchased by Orsa, again, well over the asking price. The court print was purchased by Isabel Cudell. The group of lions donated by Patricia Uy was purchased by Yvonne Oman. Patrick, she did buy something after all. The liqueurs donated by Sylvie Schmidt of European Relocation Services. The liqueur donated by EuRA was purchased by Sylvie Schmidt from European Relocation Services. I can't even say that.
It's alcohol.
The alcohol, the liqueur, donated by Dwellworks, was purchased by Dominic. The three bottles of white wine donated by European Relocation Services, signed by the Schengen Minister Santerre, was purchased by Juliet Howe of Oakwood. And the other liqueur donated by Dwellworks was purchased by Christian Lofgren. And the Norwegian cookbook was purchased by Christina Martin of Olympic. And the person to buy 2 tickets, is that right, for the boat tonight, at a staggering €185 is Gina Grammatis from ELT. God, that's a marathon.
Well, if I just take over now, shall I? Because there are two other prizes, and the first one being, I don't know if anyone had seen that wonderful painting that Court had donated, and Jonathan Hopper stumped up the highest bid for that, so thank you very much for that.
No, it's not a bid, he won it.
Okay, he won it.
He won it. He won it.
Hopefully he's paying for it as well. And there's also some diamond earrings that were also donated kindly by Court, and the winner of that is Judith Van Kempen from Settle Services.
And if those winners could go and see the representatives of Court afterwards, their prizes can be collected. Okay, right, some housekeeping. Yes. There is one company who has purchased 2 tickets for tonight's boat that still require payment. Please come and do so afterwards. A number of people who participated in the fun run and were given T-shirts, baseball caps, and water bottles still haven't paid their €25. Bryony will see you afterwards. If you wouldn't mind doing that, it'll save us having to chase you up next week by email. And the people travelling by boat, by galleon this evening are to muster downstairs on the spa-level terrace, which, as someone said to me earlier, is that the white bit next to the pool? Yes, it is. At 6:10, you will then be led down to the harbour, and you will board the genuine 16th century galleon, which will then drop its sails and take you gently into Dubrovnik. If you believe that, you'll believe anything. I think that's about it, really, isn't it?
Well, I think we just want to say thank you to everyone for coming. It's been a wonderful conference. And we've had a stunning location.
And please, he says, not finding his badge, please wear your badges this evening. The people at the beach have asked specifically that they can identify everyone going there. And please do not attempt to go on the beach itself. It's crocodile infested.
It will be tonight.
It will be tonight, and it's against our public liability policy to allow anybody to drown. So please stay in the confines of the club.
Okay.
Okay.
And thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Hang on. Hang on.
Well,
Haven't we forgotten something?
well,
Have we?
have we?
There's something we usually do around this time, isn't there?
I remember.
Oh, God, yes.
Hang on. Andrew, please, come on.
Okay. Well, just before we go down
Well,
that
actually,
route,
just before we go, Ted, there is
yeah.
a little something else. So
Oh,
could you
God.
just kind of come over here for a moment? And I know we've all been talking about 20 years of the EuRA family, and none of this would have been possible if it wasn't for this man standing here. So it is...
he told me, they're not doing anything, I promise.
Well, it's just a little something. We've not. So, I think absolutely everybody in this room knows you, Tad. And as I say, you've been a driving force to making this what it is. So it's 20 years for you as well as EuRA. But we've got another surprise. So if you could just come over here for a moment. And Minnie, can you roll it? Come on.
Nobody does it better. Makes me feel sad for the rest. Nobody does it half as good as you. Baby, you're the best. I wasn't looking, but somehow you found me. I tried to hide from your love light, but like heaven above me, the spy who loved me is keeping all my secrets safe tonight. And nobody does it better. Though sometimes I wish someone could. Nobody does it quite the way you do. Why'd you have to be so good? The way that you hold me, whenever you hold me, there's something.
Can I just say a few more words, if I may? As with any family, there are members of that family, and there's also been someone else who's been a huge driving force and huge support in getting EuRA to where it is today. I'm not sure if he's been to every single conference, but he's been behind helping Tad and the rest of the team. So could Dom please come up as well?
We wanted to congratulate you and honor you
Oh,
and commemorate
that's so
you for your
kind of you.
excellence in leadership, both of you.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you.
individually, and this is
Oh, wow. That's so lovely. Go
Something
against-
from everyone.
This is my favorite designer. Can I say something?
yes.
You have no idea what a privilege it is to work for you. You are the best, most kindest, most inspirational, cleverest, most innovative people I've ever had the privilege to work with in my career. Working for EuRA is like working with your family, but it's a family you get on with. And that is such a huge privilege. So from the very, very bottom of my heart, and I know I speak for Tad as well, thank you.
We always say we have no children, but for 3 days a year. 500 or 600. I love you all. You're marvelous. You're fantastic. As Dom said, we have such fun doing this. We enjoy ourselves. We have a wonderful life. We work with a wonderful board, and long may it continue. It's fantastic. But I just want to point out, some of those pictures were not taken at EuRA functions.
I also just want to say very briefly that, none of this would happen, this show would not be on the road without the support of Maria, Marie and Bryony.
Yeah.
They are three of the most exceptional people, and we are incredibly privileged to have them in our corner. Thank you, guys. Now let's go get drunk!
No, Dom.
Sorry,
No.
You still need to know where we're going.
Just take the luggage off, will you?
Sorry, it was all about me, though.
It's all about me. Right, well, I was about, just before we roll the film, everybody always says, oh, let's go south, let's go south, let's go somewhere sunny, let's go somewhere sunny. Yes, please make sure we go somewhere sunny. Come back here next year, it's lovely and sunny. There were 26 cities guessed among the people guessing. And do you know, only 25% of them, 6.5, were in anywhere near the sea or the southern region. You know, Helsinki, yeah, lovely and warm at this time of year. Reykjavik, even warmer. Malmo, St. Petersburg. So it's weird that when everyone's so keen to come to somewhere warm, they suggest so many cold places. Okay, shall we?
Yeah?
Yeah,
Shall we do it?
go for it.
Let's do it. Minnie?